MaPop Fishing, we get a chance to interview Chase Pennell out there in Plainfield, Illinois. It's a suburb of Chicago. Bear with me on this week. I actually had some technical issues with my camera. It was bouncing up and down a little bit too much because I didn't have a spot to put my laptop, so it was on my lap. So sorry about that. But other than that, it was a great interview. You get an opportunity to meet Chase a little bit, get to know him. He's going to be doing some exclusive lures for MaPop Fishing, so definitely check that out. Also, I'll put a link for his website below so you can see all the other custom lures that he does provide and all the other things he does, because he also does do in regards to guide services out there in the Chicago area. So you're going to want to check it out. Here's Chase. So this is Grandy with MaPop Fishing here, and just getting a chance to do a quick Zoom interview with Chase Pennell out there. And you live in Chicago, right?
Yeah, Plainfield, Illinois, which is the suburbs of Chicago.
Gotcha. So he's going to be one of our vendors here on MaPop Fishing. So I just want to give everybody an opportunity to just kind of get to know you. I just had a few questions because I wanted to get to know you a little bit better too. So
absolutely. Let's get down to it.
All right, man. First question I always ask everybody, what's your favorite type of beer?
Everybody's going to slam me for this. I am a Bud Light guy, man. I like my water beer. I'm not going to lie.
Hey, everybody has their own opinion, and it's okay. It's all about your own preference of what you like. So
I mean, second after that's Corona.
Hey, well, I don't know about that nowadays, right? Tell me a little bit about chasing bass. Like, when did you start? How did you get started? Just give me a little bit about you and your company.
Sure. So we started about 2.5, 3 years ago now. And it was a combination of a couple things. I wanted, sounds kind of lame, I wanted to come up with some of the stuff that I couldn't find in stores so that I could use it myself. That was really the bottom line. Or if I had a lure, I needed to change the color. All right, let's find ways to do that based upon the bodies of water that I'm fishing. And the best way of doing that was, for me personally, was to start making my own stuff. I couldn't get the colors that I wanted locally. And I didn't want to have to wait for specific things. I was like, all right, I just want to make them. So next thing I know, I'm making a bunch of stuff. One of my buddies is like, hey man, can I buy a few of those off you? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? Then there's a whole lot of them that are purchased. So it was cool. Gotcha. So it was like a domino effect, and it just kind of pretty much led to your business in a sense, right? Yeah. Yep.
There you go. Now, the type of lures and stuff that you create, I mean, is there a specific species that you target the most and that you love the most, I guess you can say?
Definitely, yeah. I'm a bass fisherman through and through. Have been my whole life. Through my first lure when I was 5 years old, it was a a jitterbug. And my dad tells the story. I threw this lure for 4 hours and didn't catch a fish. Yeah. Okay, nothing all day. And as a kid, I'm one of those ADD kids, so I was going nuts all the time. And the fact that he found something that would calm me down for 4 hours and not catch a fish, he was like, all right, this kid's a fisherman.
You sound like me, not catching when you first like it. I'll be the first to tell you. You'll see my interviews previously, I'm pretty sure. I am not the greatest fisherman. I love it. It's just one of those things. It's a passion. I'm not great at it, but it's just something I love. So it's kind of funny that you kind of sounded like me right there. With your type of lures that you create and everything, is there a specific technique that you recommend on how to use your type of lures?
The majority of my stuff is rather obvious. A lot of crankbaits, spooks, that kind of stuff. If you don't know how to throw them, it's probably you're going to be able to figure it out pretty quick.
Gotcha. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's pretty cut and dry.
Okay. I'll ask others this though. I'm just kind of curious. Is there anything like a pet peeve of fishermen? Gosh, I wish they would just not do that type of thing, or that bugs you?
So I also just so happen to guide as well. And so I get to see quite a bit, and I don't want to blast too many of my own customers. But my favorite tends to be the guy that we're throwing at a bank, right? But for some reason, he really likes hitting that tree.
Oh boy.
And he's hit that tree 3 or 4 times now. Can't seem to keep it just a little bit lower.
Yeah. So you would have thought after the second time, let's not throw right there again, or keep it a little lower, right?
You would think. but you can't teach that apparently.
Yeah. Go figure, right? Go figure. Where do you want chasing bass to be in the next couple of years? Where do you see, you in the future, I guess you can say?
I didn't have a plan dialed in for it. Everything's just kind of happened. I'm going to let it just keep happening.
Okay.
It turns into a full-time gig for me. Awesome. If not, so be it. I enjoy making them. Traditionally I make smaller batches. I make 5, 6, 10 of a design, and then usually I kind of move away from it for the most part. There's certain ones that I keep coming back to because I need them for certain bodies of water. Mm-hmm. But otherwise, there's a lot of times that I just get, this wild air about me and make this and make a batch of them, and then whenever they sell out, they're gone.
Nice.
Yeah. Unless, if somebody contacts me directly for something specific, I'll typically make it. But other than that, I just kind of roll with it.
Cool. You're kind of just letting it, I guess you can say, naturally go where you want it to go, I guess, in a sense, right?
I'll let the people decide.
There you go.
If something sells out quick, I got to make more of it.
Gotcha. Let's just say there's a bucket list. You have a 3-fish bucket list that you've never caught that you would love to catch one day.
I have not caught a double-digit bass yet. That's something I'd like to do. I live in Illinois. The bass don't get very big. Like our state record smallmouth was just recently caught, and it was still under 7 pounds.
Really?
So yeah.
Okay.
So we don't have a ton of large bass here in Illinois. I would very much like to catch a double digit sometime. That'd be super cool.
Do you ever go for like wipers? Do you guys have wipers out there?
No, we don't. Not really. We've got walleye, but
gotcha. Yeah. You can definitely. In Central Iowa here, we definitely have wipers. You got to make a trip here.
I hear good things.
Yeah, you can get on the double-digit wiper, and that's trust me, it's one of those things where I've never caught a double-digit. My buddy fishing Kit, he's definitely caught some double-digit wipers, and I'll tell you, man, it's just hearing the real peel, unfreaking believable. I'll tell you that much. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Cool. I ran into you, obviously online because of your YouTube channel. Can you tell me a little bit more about that and how's that going? Where's that going? What are you thinking?
So even though, I do all this fishing stuff, I'm actually a pro foosball player.
I saw that.
That is how my YouTube channel got started. I, as a pro foosball player, I'm constantly trying to help people, teach them how to become a better foosball player themselves. And this sounds horrible. I got tired of teaching people the exact same thing over and over and over again. It was just like, guys, come on, I've told you how to do this like 20 times. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a couple videos on exactly how to do these things so you don't have to keep asking me the same questions. This way, you can kind of just go, oh, you know what? Here's what needs to be done. Go look at this video, problem solved.
There you go.
And it kind of steamrolled after that.
Nice, yeah, because I'm not the greatest foosball player, obviously, but I've watched several of your videos. I don't know if I've gotten better, but I got to practice more. Let's just say that. It's one of those things.
It's a lot of practice. It's a ton of practice.
That's definitely, it's pretty cool though. I ran into your channel. I was just like, wow, this guy's really good.
When I was 16, my dad came home with a foosball table. He kind of taught me some of the basics. I found myself running around with the greatest players in the world, and they kind of took me under their wing, taught me a ton about foosball, and I'm trying to share that knowledge with other people. And now I've kind of found myself in the fishing niche as well, trying to do something similar in the same aspect.
The craziest, funniest story of you fishing, whether when you're, with somebody or just by yourself, the funniest thing that nobody really kind of knows about, but it makes you chuckle, I guess you could say.
I was probably, I had to have been 7, 8, somewhere in that ballpark, fishing with my dad. He had this Marine Fisher bass boat, little aluminum bass boat. I'm in the back, he's up front, and I'm fishing, casting around, not really doing much, and I kind of look to the side. I accidentally dropped the pole in the water.
Oh boy.
Start reaching for it. I'm, bending over the side, reaching for it, trying to scramble as fast as I can to get that rod back in my hand. Well, my dad turns, and because it's that aluminum bass boat, the boat shifts. I go tumbling in.
Oh boy.
But because I tumble in, I'm able to grab the rod.
Well, you saved it.
I did. I saved the rod. I turned back, and I'm like, get me out, get me out, get me out, get me out.
Oh boy, I could just.
Pulls me up out of the water, sets me down.
I bet you that's something you'll never forget.
Ever in my life.
There you go. There you go. Well, it's one of those learning moments, obviously, but also a moment that, like you just said, it's something that'll stick with you forever. But it's
Forever.
also, yeah, it's a pretty cool moment, though, right? In a way. In a way.
Well, I mean, my dad got to save me.
Yeah, it's
So.
always a good thing.
So there you go. You got a chance to get to know Chase a little bit in regards to what he provides and what he does. Make sure, like I said, check out his link, check out his Facebook and everything. Also, like and subscribe to us. We're going to have upcoming podcasts with Fishing Kit. I'll also provide up and coming new vendors, new product information. You're going to want to also follow us on Facebook, Instagram. We'll also be posting up a few content in regards to upcoming products that we'll be providing for you guys. So other than that, I'll see you next time.